If you scored 140s to 150s in your mocks, this video will help you pass. If you scored 170s or above, go revise. Some of you are not going to like what I'm about to tell you. I passed FMGE last year with just 7 days of preparation. I didn't know a thing before that. I didn't even know PSM was an actual subject. Sounded fake, but I still passed. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. When you have 7 days or a very limited time for an exam, three things become very important: mentality, strategy, and revision. Without these three, it's going to be very hard for you to handle the stress that you're going to go through. The reason why I put mentality on top of the list is because it's the most important one. Your mentality is going to be the make it or break it one, and you have to accept a few hard truths if you want to go forward with this. You have 7 days. Your studies are not going to be perfect. It's not going to be long, 8 hours. Some days are going to be eight, some days are going to be 1 hour. You have to accept it. You have to be okay with that fact, and you have to move on with it without guilt. Because guilt is going to make you sit there with guilt. You, if you really want to pass, you have to let go of those expectations. You have to get back to reality. You have to keep your expectations in the context of the reality. You don't have time to study properly. You don't have time to revise properly. You don't have time to cover the syllabus. You might be lucky if you're able to, if you're very hardworking, you can cover 50% of the syllabus. But that's it. And that's okay because that's enough. That's enough to pass this exam. But you need to accept that and you need to expect that. Only then will you not have the guilt when you go to the exam room. And that is important. That is make or break. You're here to do your best. And your best right now is average. Accept it. It's okay. You're still going to do your best. And that best, that average, is enough to pass the exam. So if you just want to pass, it's okay. The second thing you need is strategy. You need to know what this exam expects from you. You need to know what kind of questions are asked. You need to know what subjects carry how much marks. Once you have that information, take a piece of paper, select 6 subjects: PSM, surgery, OBGYN, and medicine. These four will give you 40 to 45% of your marks. How much do you need? 50. As in 150. You need 50%. 45 come from 4 subjects. Pick 3 more subjects. Just 3 more subjects. 7 days, 7 subjects. It's not going to work like that. But pick 7 days, 7 subjects. 3 more. Which ones to pick? I'm going to make a video on strategy in detail, especially what I did, how I followed it, and the 2027, 2026 updated subjects for you. But for now, pick any of the subjects from pharma, patho, micro, biochem, anat, FMT, ophthalmology, orthopedics, whichever three you feel comfortable with, pick them, write them down. These are the only subjects you're going to study. No matter if your friend shared a video with you, no matter if someone said that DTR is extremely good, yes, but you might not have time for it. In your situation, you have time for doing one good revision only. And these are the 7 subjects you're going to do, no matter what. Even if someone comes and gives you the entire paper itself, saying that this is what's going to come, or this subject is going to carry these 40 questions, you're going to ignore that. You're going to stick to your plan. This plan should be concrete. If you can follow it, trust me, you're giving yourself the best chance to pass this exam. And the last thing you need is revision. Revision is 10 times more important than studies. All of us sitting here have already gone through the medical syllabus at least 4 times, through our med school, through our exams, or whatever. But we are not always able to bring that information out and put it on the page and get the marks. That is what revision helps us with. All of us have different methods of revising. Something that works for me might not work for you. And some people study with audio, some people study with video, some people are, they write to remember stuff better. Everyone has their own system. So I didn't have the time to figure out what works for me in 7 days. I've got 7 days, I've got an exam, I've got to revise because if I remember this seven subjects, I'm gonna pass. I knew that. But if I forget this, there's just no way. And if you even studied 100% of the syllabus, if you do not remember it in the exam, you're not gonna pass, right? Right? It's very obvious. It's very cut and right. So what I did was I picked the most stupid, the most easiest, and the most basic revision possible. And people advised me against it. They said, do the BTR book, do the workbook, do this, do that, do that. I didn't have the time. I wish I could. I didn't have the time. So I picked the most basic one and I stuck with it for 7 days and it worked for me. And it's going to work for everyone here. Every single one of you watching, if you do that one small simple thing for 7 days straight, you are going to retain a huge chunk of the information you studied. I'm going to make a video on that soon. Okay. So that's on its way. Do subscribe, like, comment, and share so that you get that video when it comes, and you can form your own revision strategy or use that strategy. And all I have to tell you is that when I was in your position, it was impossible for me to believe that it is even possible to pass with just a small preparation like this. Absolutely impossible. But it worked out. It is possible. Okay. And at the end of the day, the best we can do is to give ourselves the best possible chance to pass. That is the goal. We or me when I was doing it, my goal was to give myself the best possible chance to pass. I don't know if I'm going to pass or fail, but I was going to give myself the best possible chance that I can within this limited time. I'm going to wrap all of this up with my core philosophy, which is that my efforts are alone in my hands. The results are not in my hands. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. All the best.